He's actually a really tough corner to throw against. I mean, he's extremely long. He's got great makeup speed, so he can recover really well. And the length of his arms and kind of his how aggressive he is, he's able to kind of jump routes and be able to recover and make windows a lot smaller. So I mean, he did a great job today. Made a couple of good balls, made a couple of good plays on some balls. Was able to knock away right at the last second. So I mean, he had a great day today.
Can you just evaluate spring, Trace, how much work you guys got done, and kind of how things compare and contrast to last year?
I think last year and this year are completely different. You can't necessarily look at last year. Because the guys we had coming back, we were returning basically all of our outside skill guys, minus Godwin, who we were talking about last year. But we had Jamal coming back in, who we were very confident and knew exactly what we had. He'd been here for a couple years. Other than that, I felt really good about this spring and what we were able to accomplish. Obviously, there were some kind of bumps at the beginning, with chemistry and having to develop. I mean, moving DeAndre to the inside, it's different for him being outside to inside, and there's a little bit of a learning curve there. Obviously we were out without Jawan today, so we've been out without him for a little bit. But it was a really good experience for our young guys, and being able to kind of see what we have in those guys, and being able to develop chemistry early. So now we're going into the spring. Going into the summer, we'll have a ton of opportunities, a ton of time in the summer to be able to get extra routes run and build that chemistry even more. So I feel really good about where we're at.
Any differences with Ricky Ronnie running the offense compared to Joe?
No, not really. I mean, same aggressive mentality and pretty much the same thing all the way through.
Trace, a lot of guys in your position won't play in this game. What do you think, you being out there, what does that say for the early enrollees that are here? That's like, this is our senior leader, he's out there playing the leadership role. What do you think they get out of seeing you?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I love playing the game. I'm going to take every opportunity I can. I understand that, this being my last year, there's only so many more opportunities I'll get in Beaver Stadium in front of our fans. So I want to take advantage of it when I can. And I'm going to do anything for the team. If they tell me to do 3 plays and be done, I'll do that. If they tell me to play the entire game in the spring game, I'll do that. So sacrifice for the team. That's something Coach Franklin preaches all the time. And that's something that, as a leader, you have to be willing to do. And for me, if I'm talking about playing in the blue-white game or playing in front of our stands, it's easy because that's what I love to do.
Trace, you talked about being consistent and really being meticulous with things at quarterback. How deeply do you dive into that? Like, how much time do you spend on that, and where has that led you that you might not have expected?
I mean, it's when you sit and watch film, looking at your footwork every time. If you're throwing, if I'm throwing a comeback, is my footwork the same thing every time on certain plays? Is my footwork remaining the same? And then when you get into the actual practices, is your ball placement accurate every time, being consistent? I think that's where it is understanding the different areas and different ways you can be consistent, and then just translating it.
As far as finding the guy to replace Mike this year at tight end, what have you learned from that group in these last few weeks going into the fall?
I mean, we got a ton of talent and a ton of guys that can step up and be that guy in that spot. Obviously, Danny had a really good spring. Coons came in, did some good things, and Arcangelo was good as well this spring. And then we still got Jonathan Holland and Nick Bowers, who were kind of battling through injuries and stuff. So, I mean, those guys are going to be integral parts of our offense in the fall. And so now to realize we got 4 or 5 guys that can really vie for that spot and be productive and be big parts of our offense and our team is big confidence boost for us.
Trace, with that hip and hammer, is being loaned out to the baseball team. You don't see that very often anymore with guys playing 2 sports. What does it say about a guy that he doesn't even want to break? Because college athletics, they own you 12 months, and you guys are getting a break, and he's not.
I mean, that's big. Obviously, it's a testament to who he is. He's a hard worker. He's going to keep himself going. To be able to do that, he didn't miss a spring practice this year. I don't think he missed a winter workout. So I mean, he was up at 4:30 with us running, and then in the afternoon he was going and doing batting practice and practicing with the baseball team. So I mean, it's incredible what he's doing, and I think it's awesome. I mean, he's obviously a great athlete, and his athletic ability is through the roof. So I mean, if you can do it, I absolutely go for it. Because I mean, if I was in issues, I'd love to try that.
But you would, really?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be fun. Yeah,
but it's hard, isn't it?
No, exactly. It's tough, and I'm not saying I could do it, but
you'd rather not.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I mean, it's awesome to see Mac be able to do that and then be able to come out and do what he did today in the spring game and show that he's having success in both sports is awesome.
He needed to do the home run swing, though, right, after he scored?
Nah, I don't think he did. I mean,
No,
I
I'm
didn't see
joking.
it.
I'm joking. Hey, what was it like for Coach Ronnie, from your eyes, first full spring as a coordinator? I'm not asking you to say how he did, but did you see him? What was your view of him going through his first spring doing that?
I think the one thing we were able to gain from that is he's going to do everything in his power to make this offense successful. He'll work tirelessly. I know, I would get texts from him at like 11:30 at night. Hey man, what do you think about this? Just ideas and so knowing that he's gonna give everything he can, and that being our leader on offense, it makes us that much easier for as a quarterback or as a receiver, as a center, to then follow suit and be able to, if this is what our coordinator is going to do, then I need to be doing that as well and holding other guys in the offense accountable. So I think that's the biggest thing we've been able to learn is that he's going to work with that kind of mentality. We all need to be doing the same thing.
So one of the questions for Trace. Fiesta Bowl guys all out there. What's it like being the last guy standing from like that bunch of guys that you kind of grew up with to a certain extent, and now you're still out there and they're off in their next phase? Is it weird almost to see them somewhere else and working with different guys now than you were for the past 2 years?
Not really. I wouldn't say it's weird. I mean, it was a little different first time stepping out on the field in spring practice and looking across and not seeing Kabinda on the other side or Marcus or Grant, Apke, and then looking to my left and right and Saquon's not there, Deshaun and Saeed aren't there. But so that was weird. But once you kind of got past that, it was fine. And really, it's awesome to see all those guys go out and not have success. Seeing. Saquon's got his Hey Rookie show going. Deshaun, Marcus, they're on this Good Morning Football. I mean, seeing our guys go off and doing things like that is awesome because it sets the standard for what Penn State is and what we can be.
Do you feel like there's more pressure on you because so many guys that people are used to seeing are not here? I think everyone looks to you sort of by default now and goes, this is Trace's team as much as it has ever been. Do you feel that? Like you've kind of got to guide these guys more than maybe you did last year?
I mean, not necessarily feel any pressure. I mean, understanding that we got some young guys that we need to bring up to speed, and there's going to be a lot of work put in to regain our chemistry across the board because we're losing some guys, but not feeling any more pressure.
Is there an aspect of that where you feel like maybe you could challenge yourself more this year? Or is that a challenge to you that maybe you see what you're capable of in terms of doing more?
Not necessarily. I don't really look at it as necessarily a challenge. Obviously, I'm excited for it, but just kind of carrying myself the same way. Obviously, we got a really good formula right here. Right now, it's been good, and then so being able to just come in with that same work ethic, that same mentality. Obviously, being able to put the chip back on our shoulder as an offense because everyone's saying we're not going to be as good because we're losing guys. I think that is the challenge, and being able to put that chip back on our shoulders as offense is kind of what it more so not necessarily than a challenge.
Last question from Rich.
What have you seen from the offensive line in general this spring and from Michael Menon in particular?
Good. I mean, those guys did a really good job this spring, moving guys off the ball, creating lanes for our running backs, and we were able to get a lot of good explosive runs throughout spring practice. So I think it was awesome. Obviously, seeing that confidence boost in those guys when those 5-6 guys are now working together for a couple years now. I mean, Menon did a great job coming in this spring. He was kind of the new guy put into the group, so to speak, and he did a great job. And kind of his mentality, coming in, just kind of being a workhorse these last couple years. He's been on a scout team. He's been a backup. He's done everything our coaches have asked him to. He's been a beast in the weight room. So I think for him to come out, and be with those guys in the first group, it's awesome. Kind of see his success, even though it was a little bit delayed. It's coming to him now.
Great, thanks, Trace.